Hello and welcome back to Geek Feng Shui. I'm your host and game master, Bob Sellers Jr. Today we're going to do an introduction to a game that I kind of call the bane of my gaming experience, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But first, I'd like to give a shout out to Chaotic Good Brewing here in Casson. I'm not getting paid to do such shout outs or mentions in any way, shape, or form. And I have a look around your own community for similar breweries that try to cater to a family environment rather than your standard sports bar. They are very keen on giving an environment where you come and play card games, you can play board games and whatnot, and have some good beer, some soda or milk or other things that are non-alcoholic if you wish. And they have pizzas that you can buy, and they get food trucks to mix it up. So moving on, we're going to talk about Witcher 3. When I got my computer, one of the first games I bought at the time was Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, because I was a big fan, and still am, of Witcher, and I've read the books and watched the series and such, but um, I set my expectations a little high as to what I was getting into and didn't realize that although it is a great game with a great interface, it's a bit more complicated than most of the other games. A big shout out to Major Slack's Real Walkthroughs, link down below. This is called the Skyrim channel. He does a boot camp and walkthrough to help you learn. And in there, he mentioned some of the roadblocks people have run into with the Witcher game, and I ran pell-mell into at least one, if not a couple of them. The first was that when I play the games that I play, I tend to prefer doing melee of one sort or another, or ranged, or even spellcasting. But with Witcher, he's obviously a warrior type with some magic, and when I was going through the initial gameplay, I began to realize I had to learn all of the magic stuff, and it just got way too complicated to keep track of and kind of turned me away. And every time I came back, I ran into the same thing. Well, it turns out you don't need to know the magic if you don't want to. You can just play it as a sword game and not have any magic, or you can introduce it as you come to understand it. So I thought I would do an introduction as to why I have the game and why I hadn't really been playing it, and then now how I plan to move forward and begin to play it again. So what we're going to do here is we are going to fire up the game, and we are going to let it play. Check out my books at sellersjr.com and my barbecue at kiltedswinebbq.com. Both linked down below and occasionally on the screen as you see here. Wild Hunt is a lot like what I got into with the Assassin's Creed games. I'm sure it's because a lot of them use very similar engines, and also Tomb Raider, the later ones. But it's a mixture between them. It's good graphics, but it's still got a little bit more work for realistic settings to it. But it's an enjoyable game. Yeah, a lot of them give these photosensitivity warnings. Um, there's some uh, nudity of sorts in the game. You'll see from the opening scene. I'm going to let these play out rather than skip them. You can skip as you play.
I see you gather before me, hungry, terrified, clutching your babes to your breast. Emperor Emir has marched his legions into our lands, laid siege to every fortress from here to the Blue Mountains. Rabid and ravenous, he bites and bites away. Men of the North, you stand at the precipice. Your kings have failed you, so now you turn to the gods. And yet you do not plead. You do not kneel to dust your heads with ash. Instead you wail, why have the gods forsaken us? We must look into the trials we failed long ago. In a time past, our world intertwined with another through an upheaval scholars call the conjunction of the spheres. The gods allowed unholy forces to slip into our domain. The offspring of that cataclysm was the nefarious force called magic. Yet we did not banish it, instead studying the vile arcane for our own power and wealth. And the monsters at our door, the unholy relics of this conjunction. The trolls, the corpse eaters, the werewolves. Did we raise our swords against them? Or have we laid this burden on others? On so-called witches. Stray children taught the ways of foul sorcery, their bodies mutated through blasphemous ritual. Sent to fight monsters, though they could not distinguish good from evil. The flicker of humanity, long extinguished within them. Yes, their numbers have dwindled through the years, but a few still roam our lands, offering their bloody work for coin. To this day, they shame us with their very existence. The North bleeds, flogged by war. The battles are the gods' whip, chastisement for our sins. And let us not forget the terrors, the scourges from beyond our world. The wild hunt rides the sky with every full moon. The Dark Raiders abduct our children into lands unknown. Some say they herald a second conjunction. Can we chart a course back into the light? Will we find the strength to banish the mages from our kingdoms? Unite around the warmth of the eternal fire. Nigh is the time of the sword and axe. None will fight this war in our stead. Nigh is the time of madness and disdain.
So I'm going to do a new game just to start out so you get an idea. There's different DLCs and whatnot that you can do on. The New Game Plus is something that you see in some of the other ones like Assassin's Creed that just added where you can play a difficulty with the same character, I'm sure. I'm going to do story and sword. I'm going to turn for the content of this, I'm going to I'm not sure what the saving on it, but I'm going to turn on the teachings of the hints that come up, guides or whatever you call them. Some very good cinematography. As has been pointed out in Fire Making, it's just easier to make a video showing stuff than it is to actually get it to be representative of the characters in game. They do a good job. The bird here reminds me of Assassin's Creed's famous bird. If you haven't seen the movie Assassin's Creed, I highly recommend it. Remember that skull. Please subscribe, like, set the bell accordingly. Subscriptions are free. And I appreciate it as they help the channel. Try not to think about this when you're in the bath next time. I challenge you.
You know I don't find that amusing.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already.
Bit of gratuitous nudity, but it is what it is.
Go before Vesemir
I'm not
bores her to
objecting.
death with those
I'm
etchings.
not judging. I'm amused that we'll have that.
So, later then.
See you later.
Just a little bit of detail to notice that she did appear to have tan lines. I'm not sure women back in that day and time period would have. They may have, I don't know. I wasn't there, but it's just kind of amusing. This is where you have the tutorials coming up. So when you hold down the left toggle, or left switch, you see symbols over things. And you have mini-map objectives to walk around and see the golden circle on there. So every time you come up to want to interact with something, you have to come up within range so that it comes up there to examine.
You're running out of juice.
I know. You might bring me some more once you're done training.
You can learn how to start fires and put them out by interacting with them, which will be important later. I'd ask why would anybody want to put out a fire? Well, if you're camping, you don't want people to know where you're at.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
Geralt, stop fingering my toiletries.
Got
got any clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
Again, it's the same thing with the candles. You can set them to turn off or on. There's a key. It just kind of tells you you got a key now. So at this point, it isn't where it gets complicated. It gets complicated when you learn his spells you can use as a witcher. And in time, the more you play, the more you get used to it.
Old Witcher's fast asleep.
You can skip through. There's
Slay's
always a
disappeared somewhere, of course.
option to skip through these if you're playing and don't want to watch them again. For the sake of this video, I'm going to let it play out.
Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. Had her taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls. Wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
The dialogues play out.
Don't get mad at her.
Not exactly
Why the
sure
hell
how they
not? The whippersnapper refuses
steer
to do
the
as she's told.
paths, but
You
you
like
do
that
have
about
several
her?
options to handle situations.
I
You
suppose I'm
snide, you can
partly
be
to
polite,
blame,
understand.
but this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. You're not in a circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on, we'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Of course. This a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
Again, you could skip the tutorial if you really wanted to.
Maybe if you fall.
The A key becomes important for the climbing of the walls. and B to climb over.
What did I tell you about breathing? Through your mouth, in rhythm with your steps.
First time I played this game, I
Siri,
lost her
cut
on the
it
wall.
out.
I have no idea where she went. Long ago, I bet. I haven't had that happen in a while, but it was amusing because I couldn't find her. And sometimes with the shadows, it's difficult to see. A also brings you down.
Run into trouble? Should I turn back and help you?
No.
Geralt? What is it?
Oh,
Come on.
who's playing your character that can't handle the mouse or the game controller?
Fast! Na 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 na. Oh no. Vesemir's got that look.
What did you expect?
This is a nice way to learn how to fight and play your character.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zerrikania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Well, you're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
Let's start
We
with
should
the
work on the
fundamentals.
basics. Even
People like
skilled
me.
masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
And this is where it became complicated.
Quick cuts. 1, 2, 3. Strong strikes now. Give it all you got. Never lock your
You'll
elbow
never
when
learn.
striking, young lady. Dodge.
Position, Ciri. Footwork. Remember.
This is where you learn the art of dodging.
I'm too old for this shit.
This comes in handy when you're fighting something.
Now, parry. Ciri, see how Geralt holds his sword, its angle?
What am I supposed to parry? Fighting a stupid dummy.
Pretend now, live later. Riposte! Strike! Counter-strike!
So you learn to hold it to parry.
And one.
So in combat, it's not just about the blade.
Slice.
Now, young lady, to bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few witches' signs. Let's start with Feng.
This is where it got a little bit confusing for me. I'm keeping track of what was what. I mean, it was at the time. I understand it now. You can leave one sign or signal.
Come on, at them! Siri, Quen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see what...
It explains all the signs.
Cast Igni, Geralt. I want to see sparks fly.
So the right button, the right toggle.
I'd be aflame by now. All right, Geralt, come on. Who's next? Tomfoolery! Enough! Stop showing off, Geralt. What now?
So now we're going to go back and we're going to do hard sign. They highlighted already, it's not selected.
What the blazes are you doing? See that, Siri? Art will knock anyone or anything off balance. Destroy their rhythm. Time for Axie. Damn it. I hate this feeling.
So again, it tells you which one to use left toggle to go through them.
Axie can really muddle your mind.
So it kind of gives you a taste of all of these.
Yarden now. Show her, Geralt.
So Yarden,
See this, Siri? Couldn't move if I wanted to.
so you get an idea of how you can use them.
Throw a bomb. Don't worry, Siri. Quen will dampen the blow.
Then there's the bomb. It's like the grenade. So now we're going to attack the target.
Had enough?
Stand in this. So you look at your map. Over here. We're going to do the right button. Gives you a little icon here. So we're holding it down.
What now? Fine. Enough. Continue training at will.
Not good.
Damn it.
Damn it.
And we're going to shoot that sword and call it a day.
Not bad.
So you see, I just using my sword to get out of the training.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Siri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Siri?
I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the?
A nightmare.
I've long awaited this, and you, White Wolf.
No.
It gives you a lot of leeway of how you want to play the game. Played other games that are like that. Assassin's Creed has a little bit of that in it too. But I believe all of them do, where you have different paths you can go down. You can be obnoxious, you can be a jerk, you can be helpful. It's your individual choice.
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Aspire the nectar of the gods.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. The Wild Hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Oh, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
That's private. Very private.
There's some things
I understand.
probably best left
At least
unshared.
I think I do.
I'm tempted
Maybe
to
not
set, yeah.
entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
For this shit.
Damn.
Of course, when armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
So at this point, you can see what we loot. So you can loot things.
Could use a portal about now.
And I'm back. What I'm doing here is I'm holding down to show an example of how you can go along and collect the various items that you see. It's like in Assassin's Creed where you do the sensory thing coming up. Now, up here somewhere is that famous skull. I remember stumbling on it. When you hold down, you can pick all these up because you can make medicines and whatnot, so you can spend your whole day doing that if you wanted to. Here's a camp. Those things you see off in the distance, I believe, are creatures. I haven't.
So many corpses. And the war's just started.
In the walkthrough, he found some stuff behind the. I hadn't run into this camp before. So you can sell all this to shops in town to make money. So you can build up stuff to build up your gold if you wanted to. Probably not a lot of. I don't know if you have a maximum. Not. Definitely build up a inventory. So let's go back and find my horse. So I got this place down here. So if you want to, oh, this is where you come up and you can read documents. The same thing as if you hold the thing down. And it tells you what something you already know. And there's coins you can get. So you build up your inventory of items and gold. Of course, and what I found the skull that I mentioned that you want to keep track of in the beginning is right around here. I might have already picked it up. Apparently there's some big debate as to what that skull is. Hope I find it. 'Cause you could go along around here just collecting different things. I won't spend too much time. I assume I picked up the skull, but if I remember right. There it is, crystal skull on the side of the road.
Bird skull in black crystal. Why do I think this is Yen's?
Because it was in the foreshadowing. So now we're gonna go back and find a horse.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they
You
prevent
can hold down the A
epidemics.
key and
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
it's a beautiful world.
War's not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. It's what keeps us going.
Let's go.
Each of the games has its own layout for your controller. You have to be aware of that. Sorry for the pause there.
Help me! Help!
Well, this is where you meet the big protagonist. I try not to go back and edit my videos too much. Like in the past, I would have edited out the phone call, but I managed to keep playing and just didn't see me or talk. Hope you still enjoyed that part of it. Listen to my ringtone.
Has it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
What can happen is if you pick a certain path, you might have to pay for something you don't have to pay for.
Like my mare.
Pretty sure
Well,
this
maybe
is
you got
an
lucky.
example one coming up.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it alive, piece by piece.
Oh. You'd like a reward, I suppose.
So if I say I
You
don't,
don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
benefits is later.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without pay.
They also say mice are born of rotting straw. Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there. Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go. So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountains, sure, but here?
It's kind of handy.
Road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
Slow now.
Tells you how to dismount, but you don't really have to do it. Well, as you can see with the scene, automatically dismounted.
What?
Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms. It's a Marian Lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't
That means you're in a Witcher
Temerian,
game. There's
man.
already trouble.
It's Nilfgaard now.
Sorry, there is it.
My arse it is.
It's a Florida. I mean, it's like New Orleans uses that as their symbols.
What? Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaver-Lost freaks.
Beg your
Little
pardon for those thugs.
No need.
dark
We're
premonition.
used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here.
All these
Always
games
just
like to
go
give hints
through.
like that.
Now a griffin's prowling
Foreshadowing.
about.
Yes, we would call it.
Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bran? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master witches. Food and drink on the house.
So it would be nice to him.
What can I get?
She's nice to you. I don't know how that would. You get shot panel.
Show me what you got behind the counter.
This is where you can sell stuff. Cannot be sold. Isn't that nice? Quest items you have in there. Crafting is where you could go and start. But we're not going to do that anymore for the moment. We'll close out.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the aldermen don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
You can undo the X.
Thanks for everything.
A lot of the early games teach you how to play the character, as you'll see, much like any of the other
Help
ones.
you bandage that up?
Please.
Assassin's
I'm
Creed
not
included.
decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
So this is the part that you learn with this game. It doesn't always tell you
Drommel, you're...
that you've completed a
I'm looking
quest.
for someone.
And we seek some peace and quiet.
Out of my face, freak. For your breath sours my beer.
So now you can be polite initially.
Just want to talk.
You deaf, stray. No one here'll talk to you.
If it's company you seek, stick that mangy snout of yours in a trough with the pigs.
Show that shit-eater, Micah.
Running low on patience. Once it's gone, your heads will roll.
We was jesting. No call for anger.
See a raven-haired woman here, dressed in black and white?
We know nothing, sir. Leave us be.
See it. When I did it the other way around, where I forced him to talk, he
Be gone! We'll not talk to you.
and once you're done talking to him, earlier when I was test playing it just to see,
Once more, There are 4
This is where you can find the.
Four fact. What a waste of time. The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
Got a minute?
Why not? Assistant Professor in Contemporary History at Oxenfurt Academy.
Geralt of
You know
Rivia,
something?
Witcher with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not. Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
Horsewoman of war? What's that about?
Folks say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
Or fiction like my books. It's lsjr.com.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle, my magnum opus.
Take my advice. Go back to your books while you can. War's no game. No faculty meetings to attend. No tenure to gain. Endnotes to compile. First soldier you see'll kill you.
Why would he do that? Me? A neutral civilian? A scholar?
Boots.
Scholars also.
Come again?
He'll kill you for your boots. Gotta go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the world.
Gwent
Are
is
you
a
familiar with Gwent?
No, and I
game
don't
you
have
can
time
get
to
outside
learn.
of the game.
But the rules are quite simple. Come, let's play.
You don't need to do it to
No thanks.
advance
Got
in the
some other
game.
things on my mind.
Shame. I'd ask the locals, but since they can't count to 10, the rules are a complete mystery. Ah, well, I'm here if you change your mind.
So who's next on the list?
Looking for a woman.
Point out that with the lighting, it looks like he has
everyone.
earbuds in for a
Not
cell phone.
like everyone.
Once you
And
see it,
not
you
just
can't
any
unsee it.
woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Fine, I'll have a drink. Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Never mentioned her name.
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
Into Geralt of Rivia himself. The Butcher of Blaviken.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask. Is this about love?
None of your business.
Yes. As a vagrant, I deserve no explanation.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to
See
help.
the person waiting out the window. It's a sign of things to come. So now we're going to go ask at the garrison. Once we find our way out of here. Cutscene.
Done drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off.
Don't want your kind here.
Uh-oh. You can force people to do stuff. You see with a little triangle if you want.
Don't stand a chance against me.
What? I could fuck you up by myself.
If I had a bag over my head and my hands tied behind... Actually, no, not even then.
Shit, Lesh, back off. I'll teach this vagrant a lesson. Man on freak.
Nice meeting you.
Oh. Didn't mean to do that. I don't know how I keep getting the ugh. I think I'm eating stuff when I do that. Oh, it's a torch. You can meditate to gain in the lower difficulties. Oh, how did I do that? You'll always draw the correct weapon. I remember how to drop the torch. There, I just pressed the button apparently. So, at this point, if you go to World Map, I think you can use your mouse to go out. You can see there's quests here, and this is where you're next going to go. So we're going to go back and look at the quest thing here. Because you can see it on your map. It kind of gives you an idea where you can see the arrow there. When I first played this, I didn't realize that the quest was actually done.
It's Durban now. D-E-R-V-A-N. Not
Notice boards have all kinds of quests on them. Best just to collect all of them. So now when you go out to the map, you'll see it shows you all the different, you can see quests here. If you go out, you may or may not See other question marks in here. But so we have a quest over here. The blacksmith.
What the fuck am I doing? Eh? What?
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Sorry.
So you can be sensitive.
Any
You can be a jerk.
suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. But humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
So we have to look for hints. See on the map where you have the little flashlight thing that tells you which way you're looking. Oh, I see what the button is. Just be a stupid torch. I'll have to figure that out. So we're going to find I don't know how to eating senses. Yeah. So I got the torch. So I don't remember how I do that. It's a dim light, so how do I... No, rotation. Meditation. So I always have to figure that out. Sprint. that down. Let's go look down at options here. Okay. Key bindings. I'll have to figure it out because I know how to figure it out back on there. No. Anyway.
Like crickets. You chew 'em or swallow 'em whole.
Ah, there's red stuff here.
Blueprints. A man's. Large.
So at this point, I think I'm going to call it a game for this video. I'm going to do a save. Just kind of warned you. And we are going to be done for this video. Thank you for joining. And please hit subscribe. Check out breweries in your area. We're kind of happy to have Canada Good Brewing in Casson here as a family-oriented business that creates great ambience and fun, encourages gaming, old school-wise on the boards and whatnot, and has some great beer, soda, juice, food trucks, and other options. So with that, I'm going to call it a video and have a good one.